Good morning. Let's pray. O Allah, God of all creations, most merciful, most gracious, continue granting us the wisdom, courage, and resilience as we seek that which is just. Hold us as we pursue accountability and transparency. May those who lost their lives get justice. Amen.
So we'll have our opening remarks. Do we have Chief Rat? Yeah, he will open the. Okay, so.
Who's giving the opening remarks?
Are you not the one who's doing opening remarks?
No, it's supposed to be
You're not
Otto, but I can.
welcome. Just welcome. Just welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, comrades. Yes, that's a better one. My name is Stephen Mbogwa Wanjiru. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya and a council member with the Law Society of Kenya, co-convening the Public Interest and Human Rights Committee. And today, on behalf of the human rights community and on behalf of the Law Society of Kenya, we want to welcome each and every one of you to this particular event. We are looking forward to a space where we are going to have interactions on what happened during the protest, the people who faced serious political brutality. We have a few who have volunteered to share with us, and we have also called upon all the members of the public who suffered the same fate to share the information with us. We want to discuss, to have a space of discussion on what next. What next when it comes to justice? What next when it comes to the people we lost during the protest as they struggled for this liberation? What next when it comes to the issues of governance? What next when it comes to adherence to the Constitution and the rule of law in this country? And it is my sincere hope and trust that this conversation will be a candid one and an honest one, because there is no other better time to have this kind of conversation than this one we do have right now. This is the season, and the God placed us to be in this particular space of this country at this time so that we can forge and provide a forward, not just for ourselves, but even for the future generation. So thank you very much. Feel at ease and encourage your friends and colleagues, wherever they are, to find their way here, and especially those who have eminently suffered through this protest and are victims of police brutality and abuse of human rights. God bless you, and we look forward to a great interaction as we move forward. Viva! Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Rat Steve Wanjiru. So the next segment is introductory remarks and objective setting. And we will welcome Happy Olal to the stage for this.
Viva, comrades, viva. More power to the people, more power. Down with police brutality, down. Down with corruption, down. My name is Happy Olal, convener Social Justice Centers Working Group. Before we start, I will request for a minute of silence to all comrades whom we lost during this struggle. Nitaomba tusimame. Long live the undying spirit of our comrades, long live. You might take your seats. 2 days ago, we were at the Kenyatta National Hospital. We went to visit our comrades who have been admitted there because of police brutality. Up to now, there are around 25 comrades, between 25 and 30, who still have gunshots in their bodies. They are yet to be removed. But the country seems to be moving on very fast. We seem to be fast forgetting. There are comrades who are still being found in rivers and forests. The president is focusing on saving his job, his career, his presidency. I appreciate what we've done so far. If only 3 weeks has sent finance bill home, cabinet home, what if another 3 weeks could do? Today we are meeting here, one, to reflect on what we've achieved so far, and to learn our lessons, what the challenges, the successes. Today we are meeting here to remember all the comrades who've injured, lost limbs, who've lost lives. Asking ourselves, did they have to go through what they went through? Today we are also meeting here to remind the government of accountability. We saw the cabinet going home, but the Inspector General is still in office. We must continue injecting. Mnajua kuinject. The Inspector General must take responsibility. Today we are meeting here to remind IPOA that they have a constitutional mandate to make sure that we don't have police brutality. Yet, in a document that someone saw at the Kenyatta National Hospital, they had admitted around 288 people with gunshot wounds. In 3 weeks, if the police can shoot more than 288, it shows that either they don't fear, they know nothing will happen to them. There's a police officer who shot at journalists. Kila mtu akiona, see all of you saw. Why is he not in jail? So for those people who think that we've won the battle, we are just starting. For all the resources, the cabinet that has been walifutwa kazi, those people must go to jail and tell for all the money that they stole, for the millions that they used to flaunt around with, giving people in sports and all that. So comrades, today we are meeting here to give ourselves hope that we might see some successes, but we've not won the battle yet. The battle and the mantra remains, Ruto, 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 niko njaa hata siwezi karanga, oe hahe shagala bagala, niko tayari kulipa gharama, sitasimama maovu yakitawala, sitasimama maovu yakitawala. Ufisadi, ubinafsi, ukabila, kuuza sura, wataki kuuza sera. Undugu ni kufana, sitasimama maovu yakitawala. Sitasimama maovu yakitawala. Viva comrades, viva! More power to the people, more power. More power to the revolution, more power. Thank you very much.
A round of applause. So the very immediate next segment is first-hand account, narratives and testimonials of various victims. We are going to start with the victims of police brutality, and this segment is going to be led by Linus Mwashigadi. Over to you.
To all of you, we welcome you to the Citizens Assembly here today. In this session, we will get to hear from the victims themselves what they faced, their first-hand accounts. For those that are joining us virtually, we welcome you, and you can join in the conversation. For the first speaker, I'd like to call Nadia and Thea to come up and to take us through her experience and the police brutality she met during her protest. You can begin with explaining who you are, and perhaps there or here. Okay, you can just have a seat here. And then we can have a series of questions, and then we will open the floor for Q&A. For those that are here, you can join by reserving your questions. And those that are live, you can also post your questions online. Is it on? No, it's not. It's on, it's on. Thank you so much, Nadia, for being brave and coming forward to share some of your experiences and the police brutality that you met while you were protesting. Let's begin by you introducing yourself. Who is Nadia, and why did you protest? Let's begin from there.
Good morning. My name is Nadia Ndia. I am a lawyer. I am an advocate trainee at the Kenya School of Law, admitted to the Advocates Training Program 2024-2025. And I joined the movement majorly because I believed in the cause. We were fighting the system over economic policies that were set to disproportionate the common mwananchi. So that was my motivation. That was my motivation. We need a society that works for all of us. We need systems that work. So, yeah.
What are some of your experience, if you can recount and tell us? What did you experience?
Wow, I experienced quite a lot. I was abducted. I was abducted about 2 or so weeks ago with my partner. And according to our captors, they had been trailing me for about a week before they took me, just waiting for the order to say, okay, now you can take her. And the day before they took me, I moved out of my house temporarily. I went to stay with my partner because I believed I was gonna be safe there. But they found me even there. My phone had been off for like 2 days. I was communicating majorly with my laptop. I had my apps on my laptop. My phone was off because I had been told they were tracking me using my number. So, yeah, I was saying, sorry, ADHD. The day before they took me, I had come from school, from the Kenya School of Law. I wasn't using my phone entirely. Even the trip that I took from the Kenya School of Law to the house, my partner had to request from his phone, and I was paying for things in cash. It was crazy. I was living in fear for about a week before they took me. I was purely, entirely in hiding, but they still found me. So anyway, so at around 6 p.m. the day before, I got to the house, and something just told me, you know what, check the window, like look outside. And I checked, and I saw a silver SUV parked outside, and 3 men got out of it. So I called my partner at that time using my laptop on WhatsApp. And I told him, okay, you know what? There is a silver SUV parked outside. There are 3 guys moving around. I am scared that they're going to take me right now. I don't know what to do. So he tells me, no, just calm down, breathe, observe, text me everything, like tell me everything that's going on. I'm on my way. So I observed them for about half an hour. They were just moving around. It was like surveillance of some sort. So they were moving around.
What was your emotional state at that point?
My anxiety was so bad. I was having panic attacks after every couple of hours. It was insane because the day before they had taken my friend Shadrach, so I had a feeling that they were gonna come for me next, especially if they went through his phone. Yeah, so that evening went by it was calm, it was quiet, we slept. I wasn't able to sleep much during that period because, of course, nerves, anxiety. So at around 4 a.m., I hear movements outside. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's the neighbors coming, getting home from somewhere. And I brushed it off as nothing. And then they knocked. They knocked at our door, and I brushed that off as well. But the knocking got louder and louder. And at that point, I woke him up. I was like, they're here. They've come for me. And before that, I had typed out a tweet on my laptop that I was going to send out when they came. It was like, wamenichukua. But I didn't even have time to send that out. I didn't even have time to send that out. Yeah, so I woke him up. I told him, there's someone at the door. So he got up. I'm scared, I'm shaken. It is so loud. They wanted to break down the door at that point. They shouted something at him in Luo, Nyerere something. He later told me it meant, open this door or we're gonna break it down. Mm-hmm. So he went to the door. I stayed in the bedroom, scared as hell. I'm still in my nightwear. I was fixed to that spot. I didn't know what to do. He went to the door, he opened it. As soon as he opened it, they put him down. Blindfolded him, tied him up, came in to look for me. They were 7 with guns as big as me.
Could you tell their faces?
No, I could not. They were wearing baklavas, they were masked up, so I could not see their faces at all. But I could just hear voices. It was just the voices. So they put him down, came into the bedroom looking for me. Mm-hmm. I saw their guns and, dude, I'm very short. So when I tell you their guns are as big as me, I saw them and the first thing that came to my mind was, why are they coming to get us a little girl with military-grade weapons? I'm not a terrorist. The only thing I did wrong was use my social media and my voice for a cause that I believed in, for a cause that millions of Kenyans believe in. So at that, I told you I was still in my nightwear, so they wanted to take me like that, but one of them had sense and said, no, let her get into something that's a bit warmer, more appropriate. Yeah, they didn't even want to let me dress up. They were just standing there, watching me, waiting for me to undress and give them some kind of show. They're sick people. No, but one of them, the one who had sense, mm-hmm. Yeah, the sense was constant. He told them, okay, maybe we can give her a minute to get changed. And then, yeah. So I dressed up. I just put a T-shirt and one of my official pants on and this exact jacket and a sweater, and I took one for him as well. I didn't know they were gonna take him. Initially, I thought, okay, they're just gonna come for me and he's gonna get me out. But they took him too. So I took a jacket for him, and they tied us up, they blindfolded us, and we left. So it took us down the stairs.
You blindfolded from
the house.
From the house.
There were instances where they used to take off the blindfold, like if we went to the washroom, and then they took us inside. It felt like a house. So they took us inside the house and put us in a room. Later I realized there were 2 beds. So my partner was in the other one and I was on the one on the right. Still blindfolded this entire time and tied up. So they left us there for a few minutes. And then I think we were handed over. The people who took us are not the same people who were interrogating us. So we were handed over from one team to another.
I'd like to call other guys who are also in the room, Ernest Nyerere and Bill Simani, to also recount on their experience as well, so that we can get the conversation going and it becomes more an engagement. Thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Thank you so much. It's Billy, correct?
Yeah, Billy.
For coming on stage. Ernest will be joining us shortly. Just briefly recount for us how the experience was for you.
Hi, my name is Billy Simani, otherwise known as Crazy Nairobian. Okay, for me, I think, the first guy to be abducted. So for me, it was more of a surprise. We had just come from a successful Thursday maandamano. So on Friday, I was still asleep throughout the day. I just woke up constantly to tweet and go back to sleep. So at 3 p.m., I think it was on 21st June, I had a knock on the door. At first, I thought it was the caretaker, because that's the only person that can knock at my door. So I went to open the door. Hao wengine upiga simu before akuze. So I was still in my t-shirt and my short. I went to the door, opened it, and I saw it was 4 guys in balaclava. The 5th one was a lady, because she had on a face mask. And the first question they asked me was, Billy? And out of shock, I answered, yes. Na hiyo time yote wameshikilia mlango. So they all rushed in. The first guy ran to the balcony. I think they thought that maybe I would escape. Then the second one went to the bedroom. And then the third one, it was this huge guy. He told me to face the wall. Alafu, they told me to sit down. And the next thing I know, I was being slapped with brand new wrist bracelets, yani pingu, nyuma. Alafu, the other guy went from my laptop and my phone. And then they started interrogating me. First, they asked me to open my phone. They wanted me to unlock my phone, but I refused. And then the whole time I was asking, nimefanya nini? Nataka nijue nimefanya nini? And they silenced me with a few rounds of claps, all of them.
Oh, wow.
And so nika realize this is not usual, because first of all, I was just tweeting normally. I hadn't done anything wrong. And then the other guy went for my t-shirt, the maandamano t-shirt, it was on my chair. I thought maybe they were taking evidence, but they wanted to use the t-shirt to cover me up. So the whole time I was pleading with them to at least let me put on some pair of trousers, but they refused. And then they asked me the last time, tufungulie simu tafadhali. And I told them, mimi mniambie kwanza mnanishikia nini ndio nijue. They silenced me once again with a few rounds of clap, all of them. And you know I live on the 7th floor. And that's the first time ever since I moved into that building that nimewahi teremka stairs na I think it was a few seconds. Because they were too quick. I couldn't see because walikuwa wameni cover up. The next thing I know, I'm being sandwiched in the back of a car. I think there was one guy on my right, the other one on my left. And then we drove around for like 2 hours So me, in my mind, I knew that I'm being taken out of Nairobi somewhere, and I knew this was it, because first of all, they didn't introduce themselves. Second of all, I've been blindfolded. So the next thing I knew, story yangu imeisha hivyo. So we drove around for like 2 hours, then they started whispering, and then one of them was asking for directions from someone on the phone, and then they sent him the pin. And then the next thing I know, I'm pulling up to, I don't know, one of them, they stopped the car, they came out, and then one of them was like, ni hapa? Then the others were like, yeah, ni hapa. Wakasema, sawa, toa hiyo jamaa tumalizane na yeye hapa kwa kahawa, tuende kufanya kazi ingine. And I knew that was it. And then the next thing I know, I'm being taken out of the car. I was still in my t-shirt, my short, barefoot, hands tied behind my back. I've been blindfolded. The next thing I know, I'm being taken down the stairs into a room. It was a very cold room. Then they told me to lie on my stomach. They asked my name. I told them Billy Simani. The next thing, they wanted my ID number. The next thing, they asked me where I come from. I think walikuwa wanataka kujua ushago ni wapi.